All right, mic check. Weather live now, back up and running on this Tuesday, August 25th, 2020. And been a few months since we've been on, but we've got a good reason to be here tonight. Of course, all eyes are on Hurricane Laura, now spinning and churning across portions of the central Gulf of Mexico. This is, unlike Marco, I think this is going to be the real deal. And we don't really have a lot of time to prepare. The storm will begin making landfall about 24 hours from now. I think midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, we'll probably see the core of this storm coming on shore portions of Louisiana and Texas. So during this update, it should include the 11 o'clock update coming in from the National Hurricane Center. So during this video, which will run probably 10 to 15 minutes in length, we will have an update from the Hurricane Center, but we can start you off with a quick hello to Jason. Thanks for being on here. Robin Kuman in the house as well. Thank you, Robin. You missed the 45 show, the 8:45 show. Well, you just caught another one here, so we appreciate you being here. Ghost King on here. Hey, Loud. Let us know how the video quality is and the mic quality as well. I'm checking things on my end, but sometimes it's better to hear from one of you guys. It looks like our mic level is okay at the moment. We've got about 13 people. It's a modest crowd, but we expect it to grow. Again, not a long show. We'll get most of our information in within the next 10 to 15 minutes. Let's go ahead and get you started taking a look at national radar. Things are pretty quiet. Overall, had some thunderstorms earlier today across portions of the Appalachians. Most of that has died off. And now the only real player in town is the Hurricane Laura. I don't know why my storm has a tropical storm symbol. It is not a tropical storm. This is, in fact, not a. I mean, it's a Category 1 storm, but it is strengthening and is expected to make landfall tomorrow night. It is expected to strengthen considerably over the next 24 hours. So let me take off the radar imagery, taking a look and focusing on the hurricane. There's the forecast cone. See if it'll come up. Looks like some of my data may be missing on this particular source. There we go. Shows you the cone of uncertainty. The best fit line by the National Hurricane Center has that coming on shore very close to Lake Charles or maybe Beaumont, Texas. Right there on the Louisiana-Texas line. Here's a look at the forecast models, the spaghetti plots. And you'll notice those spaghettis are coming in very much into agreement now. Got a couple outliers in there, but they're looking better, and that's why this confidence that we have is increasing that it will come on shore. Again, right there, Beaumont to Lake Charles. So I'm going to bring up a current look at the satellite imagery. It's not on the radar yet. All of the rain is offshore, but satellite imagery showing that storm really beginning to get cranking. We'll have that. Here it is. And let's get that over to you. There you go. And let's get that over to you. All right. There's a storm. And let me check comments as we're looking at this together. All right. So there's a storm. And let me check. Ghost King. I've been hearing it will be going to Indiana. All right, it's going to lift. There's the storm. Northwest. I'll show you the track in a minute. I've been hearing it through portions of the Ohio River Valley. All right, it's going to bring some rain, bring some stronger thunderstorms as well. Keep in mind, anytime you have a landfalling tropical system, you get spin in the atmosphere, and that can sometimes lead to tornadic development. Jim Perry in the house. He says audio and video is good. You have an echo, says Robin. Jim Perry in the house. Right. Says audio is good. And you are Robin. Thank you for that. All right, feedback. Hold on. Hold it. I think hopefully we got it fixed. This is why I need you guys on here. to get that real-time correction going. Should be fixed now. There's a look at the storm, and what I can say from a meteorological point of view is that there's a lot of convection around the center of this storm. It's a good-looking storm. It is a Category 1 storm, but it's increasing in strength. It has all day. It has for a couple of days now. And the latest from the Hurricane Center has this thing coming in at, let me bring up the Hurricane Center information here for you. And I believe we've got that loaded into the program. Here's a look at the warnings. We'll start off with the warnings and the latest information. We've got hurricane watches, tropical storm warnings, and hurricane warnings. They have been posted. And this is the area here where the hurricane warning, again, right there, Beaumont, Lake Charles, Port Arthur. All of that is where the warnings are. We've got watches that extend a good distance, both east and west. So the storm making inroads right now. Let's bring up the official forecast track. Well, I'm going to bring that up in a moment. Here's an early look at one of the weather models. This is the European. No, make that the WRF, giving you an idea and approximate wind speeds with this. Right now, it's looking like it will come on shore as a Category 3 storm. At last check, this is just coming in now. This is coming in right now as of 10 p.m. Central Time, 11 p.m. Eastern. The storm was located about 405 miles southeast of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Maximum sustained winds have increased to 90 miles per hour. It is moving to the west-northwest at 17 miles per hour. Barometric pressure has dropped another 5 millibars in the last 6 hours. That's about a millibar per hour. Barometric pressure at 978 millibar. Hurricane warnings are in effect, as mentioned, and we're expecting the possibility of some really, really bad storm surge as well with this storm. So that's the issue. So I'm bringing in the new information now, the new track. It's the 11 p.m. update, 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. update by the National Hurricane Center, coming in now. If you guys don't mind a quick like of this video, and also if you don't normally get it, be sure to hit the notification bell. That way you know next time we're on. I'll be doing this a little more frequently now that the storm is in range. I'll likely have multiple updates here during the day tomorrow. Audio issue has been fixed. Jim, thank you. Harold, thank you. Sharon, thank you. We did have a bit of a feedback issue there for a moment. So anyway, likes are appreciated, shares are appreciated. If you're on the other social medias, feel free to send this on over. We're going to show the storm in its entirety in the remaining time here, about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to go back into analysis, looking at the latest with the storm, and then I'm going to give you the new models that are coming in as well. Information as mentioned from the National Hurricane Center, now showing the storm is it's a strong Cat 1 about to become a Cat 2. I believe that's right on the edge of a Cat 2. If I can't bring that up, Saffir-Simpson, the Saffir-Simpson scale. Right. Okay. So Cat 1 up to 74 to 95 miles per hour. This would be a Cat 2 will be 96 to 110 miles per hour, and a Cat 3 is 111 to 129. Cat 3 is a major hurricane. And unfortunately, I think that's what we're going to be looking at by the time this is making landfall, about 24 hours from now. A lot of warm water ahead of this storm. So let's see what our friends over at the Hurricane Center are saying about the storm. I'm going to bring this bulletin up for you to see with me. All right, coming back on over. Again, Hurricane Center has upgraded this storm, 978 millibar. I'm going to have the warnings up for you in a moment. Here's the discussion. At 10 o'clock Central Time, the center of the hurricane was located near latitude 25.2 north, longitude 89.5 west. Laura is moving towards the west-northwest at 17 miles per hour. This general motion should continue overnight to turn to the northwest is forecasted as we head on into the day tomorrow. So it will shift in time. Let me bring that forecast track back up. Laura is expected to become a major hurricane at landfall. So they're expecting quite a bit of strengthening tonight and tomorrow. Okay, here we go. No, we're not looking at this guy. I don't know why he's in there. Why is this guy in there? Get Cuomo out of here. There we go. Previous show. All right, so here's the official forecast track. As somebody was talking about, it's going to move into Indiana. Eventually, the remnants will move up towards Kentucky, Indiana, the Ohio River Valley, and into the mid-Atlantic. But, and again, it'll produce some storms. The real impact is tomorrow night. And you can see right here where they're saying major, it will come ashore as a major hurricane. And so that is concerning. And the winds associated with it will ramp up as it's moving over some very warm water. Maximum winds have increased to 90 miles per hour now with higher gusts. Significant strength is forecasting over the next 24 hours. Laura is expected to be a major hurricane at landfall, and that will be followed by rapid weakening. Right now, hurricane force winds extend up to 45 miles from the center, and tropical storm force winds extend upward of 175 miles out. There's a buoy in the central part of the Gulf of Mexico that recently reported a sustained wind of 45 miles per hour, gust to 54. All right, storm surge is going to be a problem anytime you get these stronger hurricanes, especially when they make landfall at a right angle. That brings a pile of water with it. So let's take a look at some of the areas that will be threatened with massive storm surge potential. So this is the wind. Again, the strongest winds coming on shore, southwestern Louisiana, southeastern Texas. And that's the probability of tropical storm force wind gust, and it's all said and done. I mean, it's a slam dunk at this point for most of those areas. That's a look at the hurricane warning we showed you from a different map a moment ago, and where you currently are experiencing the tropical storm force winds located across the central portions of the Gulf of Mexico, that small area to the right side, northeast side of the eye that actually is carrying with it hurricane force winds right now. Okay, so let's take a look at the threat for storm surge flooding. All right, so anywhere from Freeport, Texas to make that Gulfport, Mississippi. You could have some storm surge flooding, but the real focus should be right there, southwestern Louisiana. 9 to 13 feet, if that occurs, that will cause significant flooding. Significant storm surge flooding. That will cause widespread destruction. Anything built near the beach that's not elevated, that's not built on stilts or some higher ground. 9 to 13 feet is it's really nothing to sniff at. The storm continues to organize over the central Gulf. Earlier today, I was going to show you the visible, but it got dark on us, so it probably won't look as great. Yeah, we'll come back to that tomorrow. Tomorrow it should have a pretty good eye associated with it. As again, light winds aloft, and that's a big part of this, so I wanted to show you that in real time. There's the enhanced infrared satellite imagery. Look at the overshooting tops here. the thunderstorms associated with this guy just on the northeastern side of the low. But you got your low's right about there. So your main area of convection just north, but you've got convection all the way around it. And that will lend itself again to further strengthening. Winds are favorable. Here's a look at the winds, mid-level winds we're looking at here. Zoom on in. There's nothing around this. I'm going to take a look at the upper level winds now. This is 500 millibar. We're going up to 250. All right, you've got a significant ridge of high pressure located to the north of the storm. And there's a good ridge right here. You can see it. High pressure wedge. There's another high pressure wedge. So a lobe of high pressure is what it's running into. This is actually good for development. Unlike Marco, which had a brush with some of these westerlies, sheared it apart, there's going to be a bubble of high pressure on top of the storm, so it's not going to shear it apart. The storm will likely remain on course, and as mentioned, will strengthen in time. All right, we've got 23 people on the feed right now. This is not going to be long-winded. I just want to give you a heads up that we're watching this. I haven't done a live weather update in a little while. There's been some good reasons for it. We've had a lot going on personally, and of course in the world today, a lot going on as well. But I want you to know that I'm covering this storm. We'll have multiple updates during the day tomorrow. Robin, that man makes me want to drink a hurricane, and you can only get those in Louisiana, right? That's a New Orleans special. Actually, I don't remember what's in a hurricane. I remember they're very tasty. I know that. A hurricane is very tasty. But you don't want one bearing down on you. Okay, so in our remainder of time, I showed you the Hurricane Center information. I want to show you some model information. So I'm going to pull that in now. And coming back to the model, this is the H-WRF from earlier, showing you the motion of the storm moving northwest before lifting north and eventually northeast after it makes landfall tomorrow night. Landfall tomorrow night, about this time tomorrow night. It'll be coming onshore. So may have to do another special update following our Facebook 845 program. It's a closer up look. The H-WRF from earlier strengthened the storm to about 947 millibars. That would put it firmly in Category 3 status. So potential Cat 3 at landfall tomorrow night. Beaumont, Port Arthur, Lake Charles, all of that area is at risk. All right, this is the European model. So this one's not quite as high resolution. Still, it's the European model. You got to have respect, and it starts by respecting the European model. This one, the 12Z run, brought it ashore further west, very close to Beaumont, Texas. However, the new run brings it right on top, basically agrees with the Hurricane Center forecast, maybe a little west, but also makes it quite potent. I'm trying to see how strong it makes it. It's strong. Let me bring up the wind. Better yet, we'll bring up pressure. There we go. Oh gosh, what is the center of that thing? It's strong. I'm going to have to go to Texas to find out. All right, let's go on to Texas. Okay, that is about 950. It's sub 950. So that H-WRF may be onto something. 950, 945 maybe. If it hits that low, that's a problem. But that is currently the consensus. We were looking at the H-WRF from earlier. Let's see if we get an update from that. Okay, here's the hurricane model here. See if I got, don't, is it not going to give me, yeah, this particular one's not going to give me pressure, but it'll give me wind. Oh boy, this will be interesting. Let's see the wind gust here. In miles per hour, what are we looking at? Oh, golly gee. Never good when the meteorologist is saying golly gee. I'm just saying. That's not good. Go on to Louisiana, take a look at this. The H-Wharf, my. That would be, that would be a crushing blow. I got a map up here. I want to see what we're dealing with as far as who is at risk. Port Arthur, Lake Charles. What are these little communities? So that's Interstate 10, runs west to east. But the smaller communities here, fortunately this looks like it's pretty sparsely populated, but you still got some areas near Port Arthur, south of Lake Charles. Any of this area here could be absolutely kiboshed. I mean, absolutely hammered. Could be hammer time. All right, Jim, thank you very much. 3 hurricanes. Robin, yesterday, Marco died. Marco became a thing of the past. It just completely fell apart. He got sheared. This one's not going to. This one's going to hold on. So we're not dealing with that. All right, with that being said, it is 11:16. Is there anything that I have not brought that I promised that I would? I showed you the different models. This is the scariest one I've seen. I'm going to go back to this real quick. But if this is right, we're in trouble. That's major storm surge flooding. Southwestern Louisiana particularly, if that's where it hits at. You can see that eye. This is all wind speed, man. Huge winds. Right on up into Lake Charles, too. Huge. It shows those winds. What's the maximum gust? Looks like up around 134. 130, 140 miles an hour. That's a Cat 3, baby. It's a Cat 3. That's a problem. How about rainfall? Precipitation totals. Through Thursday morning, keep in mind, this sucker is going to make a lot of rain across even northern Louisiana, all of eastern Texas. But showing a bullseye of about, look at that, 15 inches. 15 inches of rain. That'll come with a massive storm surge. So this storm is a problem. Hurricane Center, put that forecast track back on for you. Where did I put you at? Here you are. There's the storm surge area. And there it is. Hurricane now will strengthen tomorrow night, makes landfall potentially as a major hurricane. Cat 3 or stronger. All right, with that, it is 11:18. I said I'd keep this short. I'm already longer than I wanted to be. Surprise, surprise. But we appreciate you being here. If you don't mind a quick thumbs up on this video, it's always appreciated. Maybe a share. And also, if you're not already getting the notifications, be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell at the top right-hand corner of your screen. Harold, you're welcome and thank you for being here. Pace storm still doesn't have a defined eye. So is it interacting with the dry air or what? No, I don't think so. And in fact, I don't think what you're seeing is very normal for a storm that is strengthening like it is. And we can take one more look at the satellite because I want to be able to diagnose while I'm talking to you. One final look. I'd like people to ask the pertinent questions. Let's take a look at water vapor. We'll start you with the lower levels. No, man, we got moisture all the way around this guy. water vapor at the lowest levels of the atmosphere. It is saturated. The eye is right here, where there's no eye, but it will be right there. And so we've got moisture abundance. It's abounding with moisture. Let's go mid-level, water vapor. Nope. Nope. Completely saturated. Upper level, water vapor. Nope. Water vapor, dry air is not a problem. There's a ton of warmth. The water's over this part of the Gulf of Mexico. You're talking about 86 to 88 degrees. Plenty of warmth, plenty of fuel. We talked about the upper level winds are favorable to the north of that storm. There's a little ridge of high pressure that's going to keep it protected. Unlike what happened to Marco, that ridge is going to be like a little bubble. It's just going to allow it to continue to strengthen. So the storm is, I think it is as advertised, and we've got a real problem on our hands as we head on into tomorrow night. That's it for this one, though. Thank you for being here, Pace. No problem, but we appreciate you guys being on here. Be sure to come back tomorrow's updates. I'll have first one probably early afternoon, and then we'll do a couple more tomorrow evening, and then tomorrow night as it makes landfall. So again, if you don't mind a quick like, thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for being here during this edition of Weather Live, and you guys have a great night. Talk to you soon.